Once again, my name is Greg Young, coming to you live one more time from Davenport, Florida. And this morning, with my morning life wake up motivation, I want to talk to you about a topic that your attitude determines your direction as to where you're headed in life. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people don't realize, why they don't get ahead in life, but they don't realize, they don't never think about what type of attitude that they have. And that's why it's very important that you realize that your attitude plays a big part in your success or failure in life, because of the simple fact is your attitude is your communication process towards other people. And if you don't have a good communication towards other people, then you're not going to get very far in life, because of the simple fact that if you got a bad attitude and a nasty attitude, nobody's going to want to deal with you. That's just the bottom line. If every time you turn around, you always got a bad attitude, you always got something negative to say, you never try to build nobody up, you're always trying to tear people down, nobody wants to deal with an attitude like that. And that determines your direction as to you moving ahead in life. Your determines your direction as to where you're going in life. And you have to realize, if you have a bad attitude, then you're not going to get far in life. I'm just going to be honest with you, because I'm not saying that it's not successful people in life that have bad attitudes, but I guarantee you the successful people in life that have bad attitudes, they don't have a lot of people that deal with them. Or if people do deal with them, they know that they have a bad attitude, and they only deal with them because they know that they don't have another choice. They have to deal with them. It may be their boss on the job, it may be their supervisor, or it may be their business partner, but that's a good business partner, but he has a bad attitude, but he has a niche for making money. So now people deal with people like that. But I'm just letting you know, your attitude determines your direction to where you're headed in life. And if you don't have a good attitude, you're not going to go far in life. You're not going to get the things that you want. And that's the reason why I say all the time, you have to watch how you say things to people, and what you say and what you do to people. Because the thing is, if you don't have a good attitude, then you're not going to get good things coming your way in life. You got to learn how to have a good attitude, learn how to be respectful of others, and don't talk about others behind their back, and always be trying and be willing to always help somebody and build somebody up rather than tear them down. Because people with attitudes like that, they go far in life, and I'm going to tell you why. Because people gravitate to people that have good attitude. People trust people that have good attitude. People trust people that respect others. People trust people that treat others right. You're more apt to get what you want out of life when you have a good attitude versus a bad attitude. Because the thing is, when you have a good attitude, people want to be around you, because you have that attitude to where you're encouraging people to do better. You're encouraging people to go on and move on to the next step. You're not encouraging people to stay where they are. You're telling them that they can do things better. They can live a better life than what they're living. And they can move forward, and they can achieve whatever goal that they're trying to achieve in life. And that's why I say your attitude determines your direction as to where you're headed in life. And if you don't have a good attitude, you're not going to go far in life. That's just the bottom line. And we all need to realize that. And I want you to all realize that now. And also, I challenge you to take a look at your attitude right now and determine, do you have a good attitude or do you have a bad attitude? And if you have a bad attitude, I challenge you to adjust that bad attitude to a good attitude, and then see how much better things happen in your life, how much more you move forward, how much more you progress on to where you want to go, how much more respect you get out of people when you change your bad attitude to good attitude. Because like I said, nobody wants to be around somebody that has a bad attitude, that is always sitting up talking about somebody, that is always in particular don't have nothing good to say about nobody. And all they want to do is just talk about the negative things that's going on in their life. Nobody wants to hear that. People want to hear the uplifting of your life. What's good about your life? Is everything in your life negative? You don't have nothing good. You know what? You got one thing good about your life. If you have a bad attitude this morning, you got one good thing about your life that you should be thankful and grateful for. God woke you up this morning to see another day and to get a do-over. So that means that if you have a bad attitude, you can change that bad attitude today to a good attitude. Start taking baby steps to put it into practice, to develop a good attitude from a bad attitude. And now you will see a different direction flowing your way in life from what you've been doing. You will see more doors opening up for you than what that has been opening up. You will start to adapt a different type of mindset than the mindset that you have to where you just miserable all the time and ain't nothing going right in your life and you can't get nothing right. But it's your attitude. You have to, if things is not going right in your life right now, the way you want them to go, check your attitude. Check how you treat people. Check how you talk to people. Check how your posture is. You know, check how you interact around people, how you communicate with people. Do you communicate with people with a good attitude or a bad attitude? And all those things determine your direction as to where you're headed in life. But you've got to be able to realize if you're not where you want to be in life right now, then maybe you should change your attitude. Maybe you should evaluate your attitude in the way you do things, the way you communicate with people, the way you talk to people, the way you do business with people, the way you respect people. You know, all those things play parts in your attitude, and those are the big things in your life that you should be able to recognize and know when it's time to create change. Because, like I said, a person that has a bad attitude will never move ahead in life. But a person that has a good attitude, more people are going to gravitate towards them because they know that that person that has a good attitude is out for their best interest, is out to help them get to the next level in life, to wherever it is they want to be. So now they're more apt to want to hang around that people, to want to gravitate to that person and be more happier around that person and be more successful to do business with that person and talk to that person when they're in the time of need. Because the thing is, and I'm just going to be totally honest with you, if you have a bad attitude, you might have a successful business right now, but sooner or later, if you continue that bad attitude, that success in your business is going to go out the window. And I'm going to tell you why. Because of the simple fact that sooner or later, no matter how valuable you are, people are going to get tired of your attitude, and they're just going to say, you know what, I'm just going to stop dealing with him because I don't care what he brings to the table. He just has a bad attitude, and I'm just tired of dealing with it. And sooner or later, that's going to happen to you. So what I'm telling you right now, all the people out there that woke up this morning with a bad attitude and don't have nothing good to say about somebody, find one. I challenge you today, find one positive thing to say about somebody that is good about them today, and change your attitude from a bad attitude to a good attitude. And if you already have a good attitude, keep pushing and pouring that good attitude into people and changing people's lives and making a difference and communicating with people and giving people advice and lifting people up and so they can move ahead, so they have the courage, the wisdom, and the knowledge and the confidence to keep moving forward. Because if you have a good attitude and someone else has a bad attitude, your good attitude, if you remain good, even though they're being nasty and mean to you, that may make that person realize that has a bad attitude. Hey, why am I being so mean to Greg, man? He is so nice. I did this to Greg. I've talked about Greg, but Greg just keeps coming back respecting me. And sooner or later, if you keep coming back respecting people that have bad attitudes, sooner or later their attitude towards you is going to change, because I'm going to tell you why. They're going to feel like they're wrong. They're going to see they're wrong within their actions and their attitude, and they're going to change. So this is what I'm saying to you. All because someone has a bad attitude towards you, don't you stoop down to their level. Because once you stoop down to their level, you're no better than them. If you allow them to change your good attitude to a bad attitude because they have a bad attitude, and you allow them to get inside your head and change your attitude, now they have changed your direction as to where you're headed. So you cannot allow someone to change your attitude from a good attitude to a bad attitude. You just have to be able, when people are saying negative things about you, you just have to be able to just set up and listen and don't have no comment. And then when you do at the end have a comment, say something like this: well, hey, I'm sorry you feel that way about me, and I don't know what I've done to you to make you feel that way about me, but that's not who I am. And you leave it at that. Because if you don't leave it at that, then they might say, no, you're not, you're such and such. But if you sit up there and you go into an argument with that person trying to prove who you are, then you're no better than them. They have gotten inside of your head and allowed you to change your attitude from good to bad because you let what they say about you get inside your head. Now, I'm just going to tell you something right, just straightforward. You cannot let what people say or do determine your attitude and your direction as to where you're headed in moving forward in life or your direction of where you're going in life, because you cannot go not too far in life with a bad attitude. I'm just going to be honest with you, because people are sooner or later going to stop dealing with you if you continue that bad attitude. They may say something like this: well, hey, you know what, Greg, man, I love and I respect you, man, but your attitude sucks. You don't respect nobody else. You should learn how to be more humble and respect people more, and then now maybe you'll grow more. Maybe your business will grow more. Maybe your finances will grow more, or maybe your social well-being, communicating with people, will grow more. Maybe your people skills will grow more. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a bad attitude, you have poor people skills. And when you have poor people skills, you're not going to go far in life. Your direction of where you're headed in life is not going to be successful. 9 times out of 10, you're just going to have to settle with where you are, working a 9 to 5 to work 40 hours to get a 40-hour paycheck, to retire with 40% of your pay, because your attitude won't allow you to move forward, because you're so stuck in the past or whatever happened to you in the past. And that's the reason why I said, like yesterday in my morning life, wake up motivation, I said, you have to learn how to deal with your past before you can move on to the near future. Because you cannot take things that's in the past into the future, because it's going to affect the present. You see what I'm saying? So your attitude, if you have a bad attitude, you cannot move on into a successful future in life, because nobody's going to want to deal with you. If you have communication skills that sucks, nobody's going to want to communicate with you. If you have a bad attitude, nobody's going to want to deal with you. So this is what I'm saying to you this morning in my morning life wake up motivation, is that your attitude determines the direction as to where you are headed in life. But if you want to go and be very successful in life and you have a bad attitude right now, change your attitude. And then once you change your attitude, you change your direction as to where you're heading. Because now you've adopted a different attitude, and now you're being different to people. You're being kind to people. You're giving people advice. You're lifting people up and not tearing them down. Because don't nobody like to be kicked down in the dirt when they're already down. When somebody's going through something, the worst thing you could do is go to them and tell them, well, it's your fault. If you had to did this, if you had to did that, you wouldn't be going through this. Even if it is their fault, you don't want to throw it up in their face. They have enough misery going on right now. You want to give them some encouragement. Say, hey, you know what? It may have been your fault, but it doesn't mean that you cannot change, that you cannot do something different the next time around. Treat that as a learning experience and try to move forward with a better attitude and make a better decision next time around when you're faced with the same situation. And if you say something like that to someone, now that person, even though they're miserable and not feeling well, just your encouragement of telling them to do better and learn from their mistakes makes them feel better. But if you hit them with a bad attitude and you say, well, you know what, it's your fault. I told you should have did this. I told you should have did that. If you had did this, this wouldn't have happened. If you would have did this, but I told you such and such wasn't no good, but you didn't listen. They don't want to hear that because they have already went through that. You need to hit them with something. You know what? I understand, we're not all perfect. Sometimes we make judgments in life on people and we think people are someone that they're not, and they turn out to be someone else, and it causes us to be a certain way and changes our attitude to become another person. But that doesn't mean that you cannot change your attitude back and just count that as a mistake you made and learn from your mistake and move forward. I support you wholeheartedly. I believe in you, and I know that you can do it. Now, if you hit somebody with a good attitude like that, even though that person is down, that's going to put a smile on their face. You don't kick somebody down deeper when they're already down. You lift a hand and pick them up and try to encourage them to do better, because you have to realize you never know when you might need it. And if people can't give you good advice when you're going through something because you didn't give good advice to someone else when they was going through something, so now you don't know how to keep moving on forward because you have a nasty attitude. You can't say nothing good about nobody, then you shouldn't say nothing at all. If the words coming out of your mouth are not encouraging words, then keep them to yourself. Because me personally, I don't want to hear them, and I know nobody else don't want to hear them. If you can't lift someone up that has a bad attitude and show them how to get out of that bad attitude, because the thing is, you don't know what people are going through in life, and you don't know why people have the attitudes that they have. So sometimes, maybe when you see somebody that has a bad attitude, instead of you just judging that person as a person with a bad attitude, why don't you try to communicate with that person and say, hey, you know what, Greg, man, I noticed you got a pretty bad attitude, man. What is going on in your life? Is there something going on in your life that you want to talk about? Is there something on your chest that you need to get off? I'm here for you. I'm your friend. I'm here. I'm a listening ear. I'm trying to help you improve your attitude so you can move on to a more successful direction in life. I don't want to see you stay where you are, because I love you and God loves you too, and you're one of God's children, and we're all united as one, and we should help each other. Now, when you encourage somebody like that, they're 9 times out of 10, even if they got a bad attitude, they're going to say something that's going to give you the leeway to open up the door to where you can walk in and you can help them out, and you can encourage them to do better, and you can encourage them to change that bad attitude to a good attitude. But you cannot do that when you're putting them down, when you telling them it's their fault, when you telling them, I told you not to deal with him or her, and you did anyway. So now you got what you deserve. That's the worst thing you could tell somebody when they have a bad attitude or they're going through something, because you don't know what they're battling and fighting secretly on the inside of them that they never told nobody. Everybody's going through something in life each and every day, but nobody knows the struggles that they're facing, because all they want to do is judge them and talk about them instead of trying to communicate with them and find out what's going on. That's what determines your attitude, determines your direction as to where you're headed in life. And if you want to go far in life, adapt a good attitude. If you want to go not so far in life, or you want to remain where you are right now, keep the same attitude and the mindset that you have, and you're going to stay where you are. If you want to create change in your life, change your attitude, change your mindset, change your surroundings if you have to. Whatever you have to do to create change, to adapt the attitude that you need in order to move to where you want to be in life, in order to gain the success that you're looking for. But you cannot get it with a bad attitude. So I'm challenging all these people today that woke up this morning with a bad attitude. I'm challenging you to reverse that bad attitude into a good attitude and think about what's good in your life. Because sometimes when you have a bad attitude, you're thinking about what's bad in your life or what didn't go right in your life. Think about what went right in your life, and now that will allow you to adapt a better attitude than what you have. That will allow you to have more courage to move forward to the next level in life. That will allow you to deal with all the things that you went through in your past that you're not dealing with, and it's making your attitude bad. Because a lot of times people's attitude is based off of what they went through in life, and they feel like that everybody's the same. You know, one person could have treated somebody bad in life, and now everybody they meet is bad. They don't trust nobody. But at some point in life, you have to learn how to deal with your past so you can move on to your future. And the only way you can do that is that you have to change your attitude. If the attitude that you have right now is not giving you what you want, adapt your attitude, change your attitude, start doing things different. If you're not a good communicator with people and you don't feel like talking to people when you know that they're going through something, try it one day and see where it gets you. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter if you have a good attitude and you see somebody going through something and you know that they're going through something, or you see a change in somebody that you know, and if you have a good attitude and you love that person and you want the best for them, you're gonna go to them and ask, well, hey man, what's going on? You know, I'm noticing, is there something going on at home that you need to talk about, or is it something going on financially with your finances that's making you this way? What's happening? Because you've changed. You're not the same person. Your attitude has changed. And trust me, everybody knows when one person's attitude changed from another when you have a different attitude and a different outlook on life. So this is what I'm saying to you this morning in my morning life wake up motivations is your attitude determines your direction as to where you're headed in life. So if you want to be successful in life, adapt a good attitude. Because if you adapt a good attitude, you attract people to you. If you have a bad attitude, you attract people away from you. And what is going to get you more successful in life than attracting people to you than attracting people away from you? Because when you can attract people to you, you can get more advice on whatever it is you're trying to do. You can have the confidence to keep moving forward because those people that you're attracting to you are going to encourage you to do better and not stay at the same place where you are. But you just have to change your attitude and renew your mindset and take on a different thinking pattern process if you want to head in that direction of success in your life. Because that's what you have to have. If you don't have a good attitude, you're not going to be very successful. And then if you get successful with a bad attitude, you're not going to stay successful long because people are going to stop dealing with people that have bad attitudes. That's just a fact. I mean, I'm not trying to be facetious or trying to just talk about you or whatever. I'm just giving it to you cut and dry. If you have a bad attitude, you're not going to get far in life. If you have a good attitude, your chances of success and growth is unstoppable. Long as you keep that good attitude. So that's what I'm saying to you this morning in my morning life wake up motivation. Your attitude determines your direction to where you're headed in life. Now, this morning, I have a call to action, which is my new product, Skin Tech. And I'm just going to show you a short video of it and tells you what the product does.
qualified mechanic before he did the work on my car. He only had to wash his hands one time.
It makes your hands soft. You don't have to look. It's up to you. I want to.
I'm mechanical invisible.
This is SkinTech, a broad spectrum protected in foam form. It is literally an invisible glove on our skin, and it helps eliminate viruses, bacteria, and even spores on contact. What's really fascinating about it is that it can also protect your skin from corrosive substances such as acid-based insolvent. In fact, do you know what? We're going to show you exactly in this video how it protects your hand against chloride acid, an acid that would normally burn. We waited 5 minutes for it to completely dry, and now we're applying acid chloride. We use the screws to show that there's an actual chemical reaction that takes place, and as you can see, it doesn't really affect the hand, and we get a 4-hour protection against acid chemicals, bacteria, viruses, no matter what. Dude, this is just amazing, right? This is by far the best sanitizing product in the world. SkinTech, soft to the touch and tough as nails.
Okay, so there you have it. You know, like I said, you can get a 50 millimeter bottle of the SkinTech for $25, but with regular use, it lasts you up to 1 month. You can get a 150 millimeter bottle of the SkinTech for $50, and with regular use, it lasts you up to 3 months. So if you're interested in that product, click the link below at zinsmakesense.com. And like I said, 4 hours after hand wash on a product that still protects you, to me, that's an awesome product. And that's a lot of protection. And now for all you entrepreneur-minded people, ground level product, not sold in stores. You see how it works. How many people do you know want to protect themselves? Everybody. So this is your opportunity to make some extra money on top of what you're doing at your previous income, just in case your previous income quits you, because you don't know when it may or may not happen. So click the link at zinsmakesense.com and let me know, if you would like to be a distributor of this product, and then I can get you the information over and we can get you started and going. And if you would like to be a customer, you can pre-order it today on my website at zinsmakesense.com. And like I said, once again, I just want to leave you with this. Your attitude determines your direction as to where you're headed in life. So remember that. If you have a bad attitude, you're not going to go far in life. If you have a good attitude, you'll go far in life. But if you take that good attitude and change it into an excellent attitude, you will go very far in life and you will be very successful. So once again, I'd just like to thank each and every one of you all for stopping by my Morning Life Wake Up Motivation. And just remember, your attitude determines your direction as to where you're headed in life. Remember that. And I challenge you, if you got a bad attitude, take baby steps and change it today. I challenge you, if you got a good attitude, turn that good attitude into an excellent attitude and see how much more your life changes. So once again, thank each and every one of you all for stopping by my Morning Life Wake Up Motivation this morning. And God bless you all. If you're going out to work this morning, drive safe on the highway. Once you get to work, work safe. But I just want one thing to resonate with you today, and I want you to take this with you. Like my grandma used to say, I want you to put this one in your thinking cap and think about it. Your attitude determines your direction as to where you're headed in life. So if you're not moving in the right direction in life, it's your mindset and your attitude. So once again, thank each and every one of you all for stopping by my Morning Life Wake Up Motivation. Do me a favor, like, comment, and share on this video, because I know that there's somebody out there this morning that needs to hear this message, that your attitude determines your direction as to where you're headed in life. So I just want to say God loves you, and so do I, and have a blessed day, and goodbye.